Hi y'all, welcome to Judy's Kitchen. Today we're going to be reviewing an egg separator because if you bake or cook at all, you probably have separated some eggs in your lifetime. And there's a couple dozen ways to do it as far as I'm aware. And we'll do it the old-fashioned way with just your hands and a couple other ways, and then we'll look at this little guy. I've been using this website called Wish for a while. My sister introduced me to it. It's a really good website where you can go and get different little gadgets, actually pretty much anything you can think of, for pretty cheap. This little guy was $1, so I figured I'd try him out, see how he works, see what happens. So we're gonna head down here and try some things out. Okay, so I've got everything set up. I've got my eggs, hopefully we won't go through a whole dozen, and just a couple pans so that way we can see how everything separates out. And I've got another video coming up where we're going to cook some eggs, so don't worry, these won't go to waste. So let's do the old-fashioned way. The way that I grew up doing it, the way that I was taught in culinary school to do it, is to do it by hand. And I don't always do it perfectly, so maybe we'll edit this video a little bit. But you don't cut it straight down the middle. You make one side smaller than the other side, and then you just go back and forth, simply like this. And you let the egg whites fall on the side as you do it, as you can see, and then eventually you have no egg whites left and you're left with just the yolk. This is the way that I was taught how to do it. So then you're left with just this pretty little yolk right here, and that can go on this side. We'll put the egg back. My husband hates that, but we're going to do that anyways. I did not plan on this. Let me get a napkin here for me since we're going to use it. So that's the old school way. I actually got a shell in there, so we'll just take that out real quick. No one needs to know about it. Do that in kitchens all the time. There's another way that you can do this that's not using this egg separator. Let me grab it real quick. Gotta run over my utensil thing. It's just a slotted spoon, which essentially is what this is as well. This was $1. I don't know how much this was in stores, but if you have one of these, it should work out just fine. We'll see. I've actually never done the slotted spoon, but I've seen several people do it. But it is an extra thing to wash, and it is an extra step. Also, seems very awkward. So if you know how to crack an egg with one hand, great. You break it, and then you take your middle finger and your thumb, and you apply some pressure while separating it out. We'll dump this in here and see what happens. I'll show you guys that a couple more times as we go through. So this works okay. It's definitely taking longer. Gotta shake it a little bit. I feel like if I use my hands, I can make it work a little bit better maybe. Okay, we're gonna go real, I don't like this spoon. It gets caught under there. I don't like that. So we're going to go real old school, and we're just going to flat out use our hands, which a lot of people do. Let's see. All right, well, with using our hands, we have a completely separated egg. Yay! Me, I don't like the spoon. That's just me. But if you've been using it your whole life, continue to use it, whatever makes you happy. So there's two ways that you can do it that don't require this little utensil. Personally, I like just using the egg itself. No extra dishes, no extra hassle. You got it there. It comes in its little container, so there you go. All right, we're going to try this little $1 thing that I got. We're going to see how this works. So I don't know how this would work if you don't know how to break an egg with one hand. I think you have to set it down. It looks like if you had a bowl, so it's got like a little thing on it, a little lip that you could lip it on. If you had a bowl, my bowl is not small enough to do that, but it looks like it's set up to where you could do that because now my handle's in there and I don't like that. So we're going to break the egg with one hand. If you don't know how to do that, practice a lot. It makes your life easier. So again, your index finger and your thumb, apply pressure, separate it out. Let's see how this works, shall we? Shake it. All right, so, this has bigger slots than the spoon, which is awesome. But again, I still have to use my hands. So I might as well just use my hand, right? If I'm gonna do this, I could break it like this, just go all the way across it. So it wasn't a complete failure. I would still end up using, because there's still some egg whites on there, I'd still have to use my hand a little bit to separate it out, because I don't feel like this, there's that membrane, so you can see some more dripping down there. There's that membrane that's like really attached to the egg that never ever wants to come off. But when you do it with the actual egg shell, you kind of, oh, well, I lost it. Let's see. Oh no. Failure. All right. Got it. I'm going to do one more in here just to see if I missed something. Yeah, I didn't. This definitely takes a lot longer. You got to shake it. You got to just get into it. I'm going to put it back in the egg itself and go back and forth. This is so much quicker. And we're done. Why I like using the eggshell is because it's got a sharp edge on it, and so it kind of like cuts the yolk, if that makes any sense whatsoever. This has no sharp ends. Along with the spoon, it has no sharp ends, so it just kind of hangs there. It doesn't have any force to get it off. If I didn't have a spoon or my hands, I guess that I would use this. But honestly, I'll stick with my eggshell separator. I like it a lot. It's easy, it's simple, it doesn't require any extra tools, and it's there for me already. So, not a complete waste of $1. I might actually take this into my kitchen and let my chefs use it, see what they think about it. But yeah, I would choose eggshells over this. That's just me. But thank you for visiting Tootie's Kitchen, and I hope that y'all have fun cracking those eggs later.